In this video, let's talk about the top stocks for January 2020. What should be your trading plan if you own the stock? If you have cash, should you buy them? What should you do? That and more in this video. So check this video out. Hi everyone, this is Marvin Germo. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe and hit the bell, smash the bell so you get updated every time I come up with new content about investing, about the stock market, and this time, stocks by request, the top stocks that you have sent out via social media. So what are you waiting for? Enjoy the rest of the video. Hey guys, so just like that, it's January 26 and lo and behold, we're almost done with one trading month for the year. And as you've seen, no, the whole narrative for the entire market as a whole is basically the PSEI has been generally flat. It hasn't really moved much, and there's a lot of bearish sentiment brought about by what's happening internally in the PSE. And as you've noticed, the whole narrative is if you're trading the markets, the whole technique that you could go about is just to be very, very, very selective, because there will be still some stocks that are going against the grain. There will be some stocks still that will go against the general direction of the index, and that's what we're supposed to trade. That's why I keep saying this all the time. The whole goal and the whole narrative when you're trading the markets is not basically to look at the market as a whole, but to look at the specific stocks that you're watching. The market could be down, but the stocks that you are positioned in and the stocks that you're analyzing is up, then it's generally good for you. And that's the advantage that we have as stock traders and investors, is the ability of selecting stocks, the ability of nitpicking which are the stocks that we want to buy. Because if you're investing in the stock market, you don't have to buy every stock out there. You don't have to buy the 200 plus stocks in the market. All you can do is just to have a watch list. All you have to do is you just need to have a set of criteria of what will cause you to buy a stock. If those criteria are met, then that's how you start to execute and start deploying it. And as you all know, it's Sunday today, and my style basically is I try to analyze my stocks when the market is closed. So on a weekday, it's normally at evening. On a weekend, before Monday's trade or before Monday's trading activities, I normally do it either Saturday or Sunday in my own convenience. So for this video, I want to analyze 4 stocks. As of January 26, they've been doing well. The fourth one, though, was something that caught a lot of people by surprise. It wasn't something that was expected. But if you notice it also, this goes under the theme that I've been harping on since the end of the year last year, that the ones that you can watch out for to do well in 2020 are probably the ones that have been battered down last 2019, because that's what happened also the year before that. The ones that were battered in 2020 were the ones that performed better in 2019. And that's what we're going to see today. The ones that have done well so far for the first 26 days of the month. A lot could still happen over the next few days for January. But what I want to show you that from January 1 up to where we are today, January 26, these stocks have done so well, and let's analyze it. So if you guys are excited, comment below. I'm excited. If you guys want to know more about this, comment them below as well. So let's start. I want to start first with SCITECH. As you all know, I've made several videos about this, but the whole context and narrative of SCITECH is basically, if I'll stretch this further, you will see that because of the trade war, it was pretty much into a large downward trend. It was pretty much into a large downward spike. So as you all know, also because of the trade, all of the news pertaining to the trade war becoming more positive, you're now seeing more people coming into the stock also, because there's no more fear. Please remember, and I keep saying this in all of the videos, every time there's fear, every time there's uncertainty, investors tend to shy away. Investors tend to go away. Certain stocks, certain sectors where there's a lot of uncertainty going on. Hence the downward movement in Ayala stocks, hence the downward movement in MPI, hence the downward movement in DMC as well. But that being said, this is where SCITECH is right now. If you notice this, and I'll try to draw support and resistance levels here. You have your support here. You have another resistance level here. I mentioned this in several videos. This is a resistance because this was a previous support here. And for those who love chart patterns, this is one very, very large. This could be a cup, and this is your handle, and you had a very, very large breakout. Now, looking at it from a support and resistance perspective, this is the next resistance at 9.8 level, which was also broken as well. Then, if I'll plot another one here, you have another resistance at 12.4. Then you have another resistance here at around the 15.9 level. Then another one here at the 19 peso level. That being said, this is where SCITECH is as of the moment. It's currently trying to attack the 12.4 resistance level. I repeat, for SCITECH, it's currently trying to attack the 12.4 resistance level. So, a couple of scenarios could happen. Number one, it fails to break out from the 12.4 level, then it could possibly retrace and just go back here to around the 9.75, 9.8 level for the short term. So that will be its current range. So I'll repeat, if it does not break the 12.4 level, the possible narrative is it just ranges from 9.8, 9.75 to around 12.4, 12.45 for the short term. You have your support at 9.75, 9.8, and you have your resistance at the 12.4 level. However, should a breakout happen, the next possible narrative, the next possible place for the stock to go is when the resistance is broken, this becomes a new support, and it has to validate. Now, please remember, for supports to be valid, it must stay above the 12.4 level for it to possibly push up and for it to possibly have a semblance that there's a lot of people buying. But if it stays above the 12.4 level, the next possible target for this is it will go to around the 15.9 to around the 16 peso level. So, a couple of things. If you see that SCITECH experiences some selling or it has a hard time going up next week, it's pretty much because there's a resistance at 12.4. Please remember, it's normal for stocks to go down, especially if it's close to the resistance, because that's where a lot of people are selling. So don't be surprised na, bakit ganun? I thought it was gonna go up. You're already seeing it here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 candlesticks close to the 12.4 mark, having a hard time trying to push higher. So failure to break out of the 12.4 level, you can expect it to range, or you can expect it to move from 12.4 to 9.8. If 9.8 does not hold, then it could probably go lower again. However, if it breaks out from 12.4 level, next possible narratives, it goes to the 15.9 level for the foreseeable midterm as well. And if I put the 200-day moving average here, which is a very, very strong resistance, if it breaks out from the 12.4 level, then it now has a shot to actually attack the 15.9 level. And if it breaks past the 15.9 level, everyone could start to argue that, hey, it looks like that SCITECH is turning really from something that used to be super bearish into something that's moving and reversing into something that could go higher as well. So that's for SCITECH. Second stock I'd like to talk about is, let's talk about AXLM. I made also a video about this when it started to push up, but what just to also share more on what's happening, this is where it is right now. So you also know you could also plot a downtrend here, which also got broken. And if you also see it from this perspective, you have the lows over here starting to push up. You have the low starting to get up. And for those who've attended our Stock Smart sessions, you know the definition of an uptrend. It's an uptrend is you see low starting to go higher, that people are willing to push the stock at that much higher level as well. Then if you put this here, you have a resistance at the 3.1, 3.15 level, which it broke out from also. Then I'll put another resistance here. It's at the 3.7 level. Then another resistance here at the 4.28, 4.3 level for at least its short-term movement. Now, a couple of things could happen. Number one, this week, if it goes down also, one of the reasons why it's close already to this resistance at the 3.7 level, meaning if it's close to the resistance at the 3.7 level, possible narrative is it bounces off this support and resistance levels. If it stays above 3.15, it stays above 3.1, well and good, because it might just hover and have a chance again to attack and go above the 3.7 level. If the 3.15 level does not hold, then you see it again have a shot to fall and go lower. But please remember, current narrative, current movement that you need to watch out for, 3.15 is now the new support, 3.7 is now the new resistance. If it fails to go up next week, it's because at the 3.7 level, you have some selling going on. If it breaks out from the 3.7 level, then you can peg the 4.3, 4.25 to 4.3 level as your next level resistance. So please remember this. Failure to break out from 3.7, the support is 3.15. Breaks out from 3.7, next target price is it has a shot to go at the 4.3 level. That's under the underlying condition that it stays above the 3.7 level. It has to stay above the 3.7 level for it to have a shot to zoom up, to push up, and have a semblance to actually attack and go back to where it was before. Please remember, it went intraday above 5, the first 10 minutes of trading, then it started to fall down again. So please remember, 3.15 support, 3.7 resistance, breakout from 3.7, 4.25 to 4.3 is your next resistance as well. So what's interesting though is it's down and out already from, if I zoom out further, it's relatively out already from the downtrend that started from its IPO, and it already broke out from this more than 1 month range that has allowed it to consolidate for quite a bit as well. So that's Axelum. Uh, we now have SCITECH and we now have Axelum. Just a quick plug also to all of you guys that want to know more about trading and investing in the markets. And if you want to learn not just from YouTube, but you want to learn from a classroom setting where you get surrounded by other like-minded people who are attending the class as well. And for those who want a more live interaction, I have my sessions in different cities around the world in the description box, where we have Taiwan this February, March in Manila, then you have April for London, May Doha, Qatar, and Singapore. June I have Auckland, New Zealand. Then July we have Sydney, Australia. Then capped off this November with Tokyo and Dubai as well. So if you're interested to learn from a classroom setup, I really believe that a lot of people learn differently. That's why I do this YouTube videos for people who want to learn via YouTube. Then the classroom sessions are for those who want to learn in a more traditional classroom-like manner, in a more detail-oriented perspective. But for those also who are not from those cities as well, I have different sessions, different cities where you can learn online. For those who want to learn Tagalog on the basics of the stock market, it's also in the description below. I have an online course with Chinkitan where we talk about the basics of the stock market, paano ka makakapagsimula sa stock market kung OFW ka, hindi ka pa nakaka-uwi, paano masisimulan yung landas mo, yung lugar mo para makapag-trade sa market. And for those who want to learn the basics of business, investing in the stock market, my second online course is with Sean C. The link is down below. It's called Make Money, Grow Money. This is a subscription course where you get different videos a month teaching you about the basics of investing as well. And lastly, for those who want to consume content via reading books, I have books that you can get via Shopee. They'll deliver it to you wherever you are. And it's also in the description below. And I hope that if you guys are learning from this, I hope that you guys get as much from me as possible. Comment, I'm learning, if this is something that's helping you, and I just keep doing videos like this because, again, that's all I want you. And if there's one thing that I'd like to impart in this channel, it's not just about you trying to earn money. It's not just you trying to do something that will make you earn more. You do something that you love to do. You do something that makes you feel happy. You do something that makes you feel alive, because at the end of the day, happiness still king. Happiness, the things that you are so passionate about, are things that you're supposed to pursue. And for some it may be stocks, for some it may be painting, for some it may be swimming, for some it may be cooking, baking, for some it might be outreaches, helping other people, for some it's creating things, creating innovations that will disrupt how things will go. But you have to do you have to do the things that make you feel alive. And for me, this is so amazing. Just the ability to be able to communicate, I just love this. I'll never give this up for anything else in the world. So anyways, you have Axelum, and then we have Tech. Let's go to the third one, another IPO from last year, Frutas. So Frutas, as you can see here, if I draw some sort of a resistance here, this is the closing price of Frutas from its November 29 IPO. As you can see, it's now trying to push up. The stock closed at 1.83. The closing price no November 29 was 1.7. Opening price was 1.82. Just by a hair, Frutas closed above its opening price in the November 29 IPO date. That being said, you can also peg this, for those who are big fans of chart patterns. Some people can peg, hey, this looks like a very, very large rounding bottom. That being said, also similar to what's happening to Axelum, you already have the low starting to increase. Now, this is depicting also another sort of an uptrend as well. Now, if you have this, you can peg a resistance here that also got broken out. So, couple of things that could happen if you'd like to simulate Frutas more. Number one, if it stays above and breaks out from the 1.83 level, the 1.83 level now becomes the new support range. If it stays above the 1.83 level, then the next comparison where we see selling now is the wick here of the intraday IPO movement. It was around 2.4, 2.45. So if it stays above this, then maybe it could challenge this level, which gives you a very, very large upside to begin with. This, just if it tries to go and attack the large the high side of the wick would give you around 30+% upside. For those who bought from the initial breakout here, you're supposed to be up already more than 60%. For those who bought from the breakout here, you're supposed to be up already somewhere around 24% as well. Plus, if it breaks out from the 1.83, 1.84, 1.85 level and that solidifies itself as a support, then you have an uptrend already that's working and brewing already for you. Then you could connect this level, and this could be the new uptrend that's starting to form. And again, it's predicated though on fruit staying above the 1.83, 1.85 level. So, a couple of things. For frutas, it must stay above 1.85. If it stays above 185, then there's a shot that the uptrend will progress. There's a shot that it could go and challenge the 2.4 peso high level that it did November 29 last year. But if it does not hold that level, the possible movement for it is that it could retest and go in this support of the uptrend, which still validates the uptrend, and it will try to push up later on. Or if it continues to go down, it will break this sort of uptrend that's going on, and it will just hit the support level. So current support that I want you to watch out for is the uptrend this uptrend line that I built. Second one is the support level at the 1.5 peso level. So 1.5 support level plus the uptrend support level that I drew. Those are the support lines that you need to watch out for, plus the 1.83 level. So 1.83 level is the most optimistic. Stays above 1.83, you could see the uptrend progress higher. If it fails to hold the 1.83 level, second layer of support that you watch out for is this uptrend, the support of the uptrend. Third one is the 1.45, 1.47 level, which will be your support and resistance level. If it stays above that, bounces above that, 1.45 to 1.83 is the next tradable range for the stock. So very, very interesting times. Congratulations to those who have made money in this. And that's what makes this interesting. I've been getting a lot of messages from people who are making money in Frutas, making money in SCITECH, making money in Axolum as well. The reason why videos like this exist, the reason why I make more than one video a day is really, I just want this to reach as much people as possible. YouTube is such a free platform where a lot of people get to learn more about investing in a very, very free manner. And I'll never stop doing videos like this as long as I know that it's changing the narrative. I believe this is more than just YouTube videos already for me. It's me framing the next generation of Filipinos that we can do better, we can invest better, we can have a better life for ourselves, that we don't have to define who we are based on what we see in the economy, that you can create your own narrative, you can create your own space, that you can win on your own, that you do not have to listen to the noise, that you can trade on your own. And that's why I love technical analysis so much, because technical analysis allows me not to listen to whatever's out there, because just with me, just with the charts, I get to trade, I get to analyze, and I get to win in and of myself. Last stock. We're at the 18-19 minute mark already of this video. Comment below if you're learning. Comment below if you're still staying. My videos normally tend to go longer because I just love talking. No? For those who have been following me, subscribing in this channel for quite some time, napansin nyo, hindi ko problema magsalita, problema ko tumigil. It's just fun to be able to share. That's why I think YouTube has been nice for me, because it became an outlet for me to share my thoughts and ideas. I'm not really a natural writer. That's why it's harder for me to blog. It's harder for me also to write books. Writing books for me takes some time. That's why if you notice it, I stopped writing books already. It's been 3 or 4 years yata since I wrote a book, because I don't know, I'm just not a natural writer, but I love communicating via voice. I love communicating via videos. I think it's one of the best ways, because yung kaya ko sabihin in 20 minutes, it will take a long time for me kung susulatin ko siya. Anyways, nagkwenta na ako. But let's end with Web. Web had a very, very good move last Friday. This is something that was not expected by a lot of people. This is something also that, whoa, this large movement was very, very big, very, very massive. If you put it also here, it was accompanied by a large amount of volume. If I'll try to draw some sort of a line here, this, you could peg this also as a trend line here that got broken. These are highs that were descending that got broken last Friday. And if you also note this, you could also put a resistance here, a support here, a support here, then another support there. So those are the normal progressions. What happened last Friday was so interesting, with a very, very large surge of volume. You saw the candlestick break past a 2.7 resistance, which became the new support. However, intraday also, it broke out from the downtrend, as you can see right there. Then, number 3, it also broke out from the 2.95 resistance level, which it did in one fell swoop. Third is the 3.45 resistance got eliminated as well. That being said, the next resistance possible for this is here at the 3.88, 3.9 level. Then the next one will be at the 4.4 level. So here are a couple of things that you need to note. Please remember, when large stocks move like this, there will be a lot of people. I actually don't know also what was the main trigger for this. As you all know, I don't really watch the news on a timely basis. I just base a lot of my information from the chart. So, couple of things. If selling happens, it's normal for people to take profits, especially for people who just want to make a quick punt, who want to trade the volatility very, very quick. So, if selling happens, one thing that you must consider is that people will take profits. But second is it's very close to the 3.88, 3.9 peso resistance level. That being said, when people start selling at that level, please watch out for the 3.45 support. If that will hold, if that doesn't hold, watch out for the 3 peso level. So those are the two relatively close support levels that you need to at least watch out for. Then here are the moving averages now that I wanted you to see. So probably the closest one that you could also look at is the 100-day moving average because it coincides at the 3 peso level. So couple of things, if 3.45, 3.5 level does not hold, next possible strong support for this to at least still range at the 3 peso level. If the 3.9 peso resistance does not hold, 3.45 becomes the new support. If 3.45 does not hold, it goes back to 3. But if 3.45 does hold, then you might see it consolidate from 3.45 to 3.9. That being said, this could be its possible progression. But if it breaks out from this, next target price will be at the 4.4 peso level as well. So I hope you guys got a lot from this. Axelome, Frutas, Web, SCITECH. I hope this is something that helped you. I hope, no, please remember, these are not stock picks. These are not stock tips, but these are stock analysis that I hope that while this is happening, you have your charts open also. And this is not me telling you have to buy, you have to transact based on all of this. I keep saying this on the videos. Don't just look at the stock, look at the logic behind what I'm explaining the stock. Because if you get the logic behind this, you can replicate this for other trades as well. And that's what I want. That's why I keep doing videos like this also, so that I just don't want you guys to have fish. I want you to learn how to fish, because if you know how to fish, you can do it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. And there's such a sense of confidence that when you get to decide on your own, when you get to do things on your own, when you get to do things out of your own merit, out of you hustling and pushing and doing things on your own, that will allow that. And as you start executing and earning for that, the confidence that it will give you is priceless. And that's what I want to see from a lot of people. It's time that we take accountability for our own choices. It's time that we take accountability for our own trades, but we base everything from our own strategy, from the risks that we're willing to take, and we put in money that we can also afford, that if it goes the wrong direction, you have to remember, every time you go into the stock market, there will always be a possibility where you will have to cut loss. It won't be always you making money all the time. You will have to, at a certain point, cut loss. You will have at a certain point in time also, it doesn't go your way, sell. It doesn't go your way, you have to get out of that position and preserve your capital as well. So I guess that's it for now. Comment below if you guys have other stocks that you guys want me to talk about. Comment below if you want me to analyze it further. And I'll try to do it within the week as well. As you all know, I've been doing my best to create more and more videos for you guys. And we're nearing the 24-minute mark. I just want to know also who among you stayed. Please comment, I stayed. It will mean so much to me to know that this is something that adds so much quality videos to all of you. And I'll never stop saying this. The reason why I also do this is it's time for Filipinos to tune into YouTube, not just to be entertained, but also to be educated as well. So comment, I stayed to the 24-minute mark if you're part of that Team 24 that stayed. And yun, if you're new to this channel, super appreciate it if you could subscribe so that you get updated. And it's very, very important what I've learned via this entire YouTube journey is to ask people to hit the bell, because even if you're subscribed and the bell is not hit, you don't get updated, you don't get notified every time a new video would come out. So if you love this channel, you believe that this is something that helps you, super appreciate it. And as you all know, for those who've been coming back over and over in this channel, you know the drill. Please like and please comment below for whatever things that you guys want me to talk about. So I guess that's it for now. This is Marvin Girmo telling you that you can believe and you can dream for more. And I hope this video helps you. Trade well, trade strong, trade smart. See you all again soon, guys, and God bless you all.